Are you familiar with a company called HealthSmart?
Yes.
And who is HealthSmart, or what is it?
Are they a plaintiff in this lawsuit?
No, sir, they're not.
No,
Nor are they a defendant, sir.
Then I think you should ask HealthSmart.
No, sir, I'm asking you, sir.
I can't tell you. I don't.
Are you refusing to answer that
No, I'm
question?
not
sir?
refusing to answer. I don't think it's relevant.
Then you're refusing to answer that question,
No,
sir.
you're saying I'm refusing to answer. I'm telling you, I know what HealthSmart. It's an insurance agency. It does business with the city of Brownsville, or did until Sias and Cortez canceled their contract.
So you are familiar with HealthSmart?
Absolutely. It's been all over. You're familiar with it. It's all over the newspaper.
I'm not here to answer the questions, Mr. Quintanilla. You are, sir.
You're asking a facetious question. It's been all over the blogs. It's been all over the news. It's been on Brownsville Herald. It's part of the lawsuit that Hector Gonzalez. It's all over the news. Everybody knows who HealthSmart is. It's facetious, and the question is insulting.
Well, whether it's insulting or facetious, sir, I'm asking you to give me as much information or all the information you know about HealthSmart.
I've given you the information.
That's all you know about HealthSmart?
That's all I can tell you that I know about HealthSmart.
Okay. Were they involved in Lubbock in any way in the providing any type of services to either the city or the county in Lubbock, Texas?
I don't know.
Okay. Has HealthSmart or Ted Parker in any way made any kind of financial contributions to Acción America or to any other DBA that you hold?
Pardon? Could you repeat that?
Has Ted Parker or HealthSmart made any financial contributions or in-kind contributions, let me finish, sir, to any DBA that you hold or to you yourself?
I can't answer that.
Why is it that
I
you
don't have
cannot
any
answer that,
information.
sir?
I don't handle that.
Who handles it, sir?
I don't know. Acción America receives competent, qualified health care, and that's my answer.
What part of the question do you not understand that it just requires a yes or no, Mr. Quintanilla?
I've given you my answer. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's, I've answered it.
So, well, then I will naturally presume, and I will represent to the jury of Cameron County, that you are saying that yes, that HealthSmart, based on all those factors you've told us, in a lengthy diatribe of why it is that HealthSmart's better and so forth, that you in fact are endorsing HealthSmart as the provider for services to Brownsville Independent School District. Thank you very much.
I would add a caveat to that.
No, Mr. Quintanilla, you've answered the question. Thank you very much.
And for the record again, I'm adding a caveat that I said, obviously you didn't include this in your statement to the jury, that I believe that in the absence of that the Brownsville Independent School District should have hired the most qualified company to provide the services. And if there would have been another company other than HealthSmart that had the qualifications and the extensive employees and the networking, then they should be awarded. So if it would have been X company or HealthSmart company, I'm sure it would be much better than the company that's in place now that has no track record and is suspect and questionable.
Objection non-responsive. Are there any other companies that you know of that submitted bids to provide services to BISD?
I'm sure that there's some.
Do you know if they are?
My understanding was that yes, there were.
Can you tell us what those are?
I do not know. I can't recall at this moment.
But you know for sure HealthMart was one. Certainly there was a big player here, right?
I think Sigma may have been another one. I don't know. I think there may be others.
Why don't you make that your responsibility
I do.
to find out what the other companies
I do. I have that.
Oh, really?
Actually, I do. Okay. Let me tell you how. I'm going to ask.
Wait. Hold on, Mr. Quintanilla.
I'm going to answer your question.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to give you the courtesy.
Yeah.
In the deposition, I'm going to ask the court reporter to set out lines so that you can provide the names of all the companies that you know of, okay?
Okay.
And that'll provide the answer, so we can move on.
So that, and I'm going to do that, but I'm going to answer your question. The question, for the record, so that it's not understood that I refuse to answer this question, we requested under the Open Records Act that information.
Excellent.
And we have an actual request. And the response from the board is that they lost that file. So we requested that information. We requested the bidding information on the HealthSmart, and they basically indicate that they lost that file. So you need to go back to ask Mr. Sias and Mr. Cortez what happened to that file. We requested with due diligence to get the information that you've asked me to to give you today. And I would be more than happy to share that request for information where we ask specifically and categorically to list the name of the companies who bid on that contract.
Excellent. Now, I'm asking you, Mr. Quintanilla, the following. Do you feel that the nature or the need to answer these questions with going into all these, I don't want to say peripheral because I know you'll disagree with that, but with these ancillary or associated political issues, do you think it's necessary to answer my question with all these other things?
I think that the jury needs to be informed as to you're asking a question. I think the jury needs to know the contents of my questions and why we've raised the question. I think the basis of your lawsuit is slander and defamation.
Yes, sir.
And so what I think that we're responding to what we perceive was potential corrupt behavior.
Okay.
And so I think it's important for the jury to understand that our perception of what was going on could potentially be corrupt could be negligent or could be malfeasant.
And so you believe it's justified to get into all this other information?
I think the jury should be given the opportunity to hear all the information.
Would you deny the plaintiffs a similar request, sir?
Absolutely not.
So when and if I ask you a question concerning other issues that may or may not, that are related, but maybe not to the main issues, but that are related, you will not sit here and deny me that information, will you?
I've given you the information. Whether or not you want to accept that information, that's for the jury to decide whether or not you want.
You just want us to have a self-serving statement.
Well,
Sure.